right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wiscasset Speedway. It is the crown jewel event for the late models, the Coastal 200 Day. Racing is about to commence in, about an hour here, and we're catching up with Nick Hinckley before he heads into the driver's meeting. He was second in practices 2 and 3. Late models only got 3 practices for the day, and Nick Hinckley's looking stout with his regular Pro Stock ride converted over. He's already picked himself a couple of top 3s in the Pro Stock weekly division. Nick, late models looking pretty good too.
Yeah, honestly, I would say it's probably the best I've been in a late model down here. So feeling good about it. We just scuffed our midway tires, and it's the same times as our race tires to start with. So more or less, just try and keep the nose on it and see what we got at the halfway mark.
How long does it take you throughout the week to convert her over? What's that entail?
It's a strong, I'd say 3 or 4 days of just getting everything where it needs to be. But luckily, we had last year where we'd already done this, so most stuff was already set aside. But yeah, it's enough that you don't want to be doing it every week, that's for sure.
So you had the parts that you needed set aside from last year's Coastal, and did you have a notebook full of notes on where you wanted to be on setups?
We did. I mean, we started this transition during the COVID year, and we never run the 200, so had quite a few trips down here testing, and it's pretty dang good last year, so hopefully we can rebound and have the actual finish we were supposed to have last year.
All right, Nick Hinckley, one to look out for in today's Coastal 200. Thanks again, Nick.
Thank you.
Okay, real quick, I got Chris Matchett. We were glad to see you here 2 weeks for the regular event. It wasn't the best run for you that I'm sure you were hoping for, but is the car looking any better today?
Yeah, no, I mean, we were okay last weekend too. We got in that scuffle on the front stretch and the turn before we get to turn 1, and I pitted a couple times just to make sure the car was going to be all right. I didn't want to wreck it for something dumb, or I was hoping to be here this week and learn from last week. So we were okay with the way we finished. The car went pretty good last week, and we've gained a little bit this week, so we're actually pretty happy with it right now.
All right, Chris. Yeah, I guess feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got a pretty good car. It's pretty consistent, it's along the run. It didn't really change much last week, so I feel like it'll be all right and the longer we run, so should be all right.
You think you got a pretty good long run setup?
I think it'll be good on the long run. Yeah, it's not as fast as some of the guys out here, but I'm okay with that. It's more about being consistent than it is laying down a big lap. So hopefully we'll be all right.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Thanks for talking with us. Good luck today. Okay, now we got Ryan St. Clair in the 51 late model. First time we've seen you this year. We've seen a lot of your brother Josh. Ryan, what's been the holdup this season?
Just trying to stay with the family, keep the family together, and have some fun with the kids. I got a 4-year-old at home that likes to do a lot more than race, so we showed up today. Hopefully we can make it happen.
So that was must have been a goal of yours to, if I'm not going to make it for some weekly races in the beginning of the year, I'm definitely going to make it to the Coastal.
Yeah, I love this race. I've had good luck in the past. I've had tough luck in the past, so I just love the atmosphere. It's fun to come down and race one big race. We'll see if we might make it back to the Boss Hog, but that's in the future.
Same car, you think, as a Pro Stock?
No, I'll bring my Pro Stock down if I can button that one back up.
So we're not going to be seeing you for any weekly shows, you don't think?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how tonight goes. If she's still in one piece, we might show up.
Yes, you said sometimes you've had good luck and bad luck, and sometimes you're the ball and sometimes you're the bat. What do you think's going to happen today?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the heat races, but car feels good, handling good, so hopefully we can make something happen.
I think it's the biggest car count for the Coastal we've had. We've always been around 25, 26, and I think we've got closer to 30 today.
Yeah,
so
I think
it's getting exciting.
Yeah. I think there's 29 of them. It should be a good field. A bunch of good drivers, a bunch of fast cars, so it should be good.
Okay, Ryan, St. Clair, the St. Clair family, definitely a big family around the track, and we've missed you at the beginning of the season, but wish you luck today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, now we got Nick Jenkins in the 32 late model, and he is a previous Boss Hog Pro Stock winner, but yet to get this big event in a late model. How you feeling, Nick?
I'm feeling pretty good. We struggled with a couple practices here. We had some issues with gears and carburetors, and we're trying to put her back together now. So I think we'll be all right.
So you got the crew over there wrenching on it right now?
Yeah, the crew's over there wrenching on it. They do a good job. But changing a bunch of stuff, so we'll see what happens.
I know you rented the track a couple weeks ago, right? How'd that go out for you? It was on a Thursday night.
Yeah, we did, but that was with the super late model car. So this car actually was pretty close to a bare chassis on Monday. So the whole crew, team, everybody's been on it all week. It's been a long week, but we're here.
Okay, we wish you luck. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Next up is Ben Ashline. After practice number 3, you were on top of the speed charts. Always important. So you feeling pretty stout?
I mean, obviously, it's always good to have some speed, but it's a situation where we focus on the longevity and the long runs. So I don't know if we're quite where we want to be yet. We just made some pretty good swings for the heat race because, there's only one lap that pays. It's the last one. So we just want to be in the mix of things. Obviously, there's been some pretty good guys down here weekly, and we tried to run the last weekly show and more or less had a malfunction, but we got somebody like Josh Sinclair that's been pretty stout down here, and Shane and just Jet. Obviously there's a handful of them that have some speed. So yeah, all we can do is just keep working on it. But we did manage to finally find the skipping issue that we had after the first round of practice because we were basically down to one thing left. So believe it or not, it's a fuel filter. As many times as I've had it apart, cleaned it, it had some sort of malfunction going on in the inside of it. So. It's simple, honestly, fold it all apart, and you kick yourself in the butt for just not replacing it sooner. But, hey, it runs now, so now we get to work on going fast.
All right, so that was Josh St. Clair that just kind of brushed by here. He's a 2-time winner. You're a 2-time winner. Are one of you going home a 3-time winner today?
I mean, I hope so. I just, him and I kind of give each other a pretty good amount of crap, and razz each other. And he's a great guy. He's got a lot of respect for the whole family. They, they're good old country boys. Boys that like racing. So, yeah, I hope it comes down to a good old, beat and bang and fest to the end, and we can rub the vinyl off and put on a show for the fans because. That's what this is. It's not follow the leader. They call it racing, and with the right guys, you can race each other hard, race each other with respect, but give it everything you got, and hopefully in the end we can come out on top and be the first 3-time winner that way. I don't know if there's anybody else that has won it 3 times, but we just try to win the next race we're at. This place is home, so certainly gonna do everything we can do.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago you came to shake the car down for a weekly show, and well, that was less than impressive results. What happened right off the start in practice? It was a bad day.
Yeah, honestly, that's the first time in quite a few years because my car's a 2011, and it's got some age to it. It's an old perimeter car, but it's Old Faithful. And we go out for practice hoping that we had the skipping issue figured out, and of course it takes a few laps for it to show up, but. We happen to be following a rookie, and he didn't do anything wrong. Just ended up losing the car out from underneath him and spun around and woed up, stopped up against the fence, and had another competitor that was a little slower on the brakes that spun around and basically ran into the back of us. So yeah, that was tough because it bent the rear end, it bent all 4 motor mounts, broke trailing arm. I mean. Bellhausen, the transmission, throw bearing in it, and back of the transmission. It got it all really, really good. So it was a long couple-week period, and of course it still had the skip. We took the rear end out, tried to fix it here because we were really focused on making sure the thing would run for this race. And then you go out in the heat race in the feature, and it still skipped. So it was a long day, but it's a good thing because in the end of the day we got to pull the motor out, take it to the dyno, make sure that it still ran, and that told me it was a car issue. And, just process of elimination, that's all you can do. It can be the frustrating side of racing, but, the key is now we're on all 8 cylinders, so we can worry about going fast, and this is the first time in a while that we've actually been able to focus on that part. So we got till the feature, so the heat race is just another practice. We get to start at the tail, so it's even better.
All right, 2018 and 19 winners?
Yes, yep.
2018 and 19 Coastal 200 winner, Ben Asline, going for number 3 today. Good luck, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Have fun.
Thanks.
He's another 2-time Coastal 200 winner. The first one was 9 years ago, and then your last year's, so you're the defending Coastal winner. Josh, how's you feeling today?
It doesn't feel like a car that's going to defend very well. It's got some all right speed. I think it'll be better in the long run. It definitely doesn't fire off real fast. So I tried to get a couple laps with them guys, but it weren't happening. So no, the car feels good and stable, just not a lot of raw speed in it. We'll see how long run plays out.
Long run speed. And Ben mentioned he likes a good beaten, banging brawl to the finish, something that entertains the fans. Do you like to see a green-white checker? I like that kind of stuff.
I loved a green-white checker last year. That got me the win. Yeah, restart with Chris. We put the bumper to each other, and it was a good show for the fans. We both finished first and second, so I'm sure I'll be on the returning end of that at some point, but I like that green-white checker stuff.
Maybe that's why Chris is here. We haven't seen Chris Thorne all year, but he's back for the Coastal. He wants revenge.
I believe that's partly true. I do think that. So, yeah, I wish him luck. I wish everyone luck, and hope it's a good, safe race.
Okay, Josh, good luck. Have fun. Next up, we got Jet Decker, the most recent weekly late model winner. what a show you put on 2 weeks ago, Jet, and still in the last practice within the top 5 of the speed charts. So this 01 car is looking strong.
Yeah, it is. We'll see what we'll do in 200 laps. So it was good last week, especially. I like how it came in last 15 laps or so. The car really came in, especially on the top. So I'm looking forward to see what it will do in 200 laps.
Yeah, out of nowhere, right at the end, you just were driving by them. I mean, I don't want to insult anybody, but like they were standing still on the outside, you made it happen out there, and that showed that you had a good long-run setup. That's got to make you feel confident for the 200 today.
Yeah, it did. They were just stacked up on the bottom, so I just set it out there, and it stuck a lot better than I thought it did. Once I really got to St. Clair, I was like, yeah, we have a shot to just go win this thing.
Yeah. So before you got to Josh, were you kind of like shooting for a second place, and then you caught him quicker than you thought you could?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I caught him so quick that I was like, I figured the leader was way out ahead. Like somebody went out and ran away, and I just couldn't see him.
Yeah.
So once I was on the outside, I looked up at the scoreboard and I saw that 77 was leading. I was like, we have a shot to win this thing.
That's awesome. So this is your rookie late model season, right?
Yeah.
And first long distance race ever.
Yeah, I've never gone more than 40 laps.
Got the nerves racked up?
Yeah, it's more nervous than any other race, even my rookie race probably.
All right, Jet Decker, again, the most recent weekly show winner, top 5 in the speed charts. Man, you're going to be strong today, I bet.
Thank you.
Good luck, Jet.
Thank you.
All right, have fun.
Thank you.
The personal vehicles need to be put out in the parking lot.
The drivers are ready. The crew is ready. We hope you're ready too. It's race time at Wiscasset Speedway. Get settled in, folks. The show starts now.
Hey, shake and bake, Cal. Woo! Shake and bake! And with that, a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and folks from all over the world. Welcome to Wiscasset Speedway on this beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Happy holidays to you. Thank you guys for joining us. We are here for the Coastal 200 today. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Want to say hi to all the folks watching online today on Racing America, Speed 51. We want to thank you guys for joining us as well. As usual, alongside to my left is my co-pilot, Nick Huff. He'll be giving you our heat race action this afternoon. We've got a couple special guests in the pace car. We want to have hello to Richard and Raymond McLean, our Coastal 200 VIPs today. And let's cross the cars over. 27 late models ready to take the green today. We've got Ray Dinsmore in the 81 to his outside, coming out of retirement and off the boat. It's TJ Watson in the 04. Chris Matchett and Brent Roy on row 2. Shane Clark and Will Collins on row 3. Then comes Chris Burgess and David Getchell on row 4. And Connor Wenners rounds out the field here for heat number 1. 12 lap heats will set a third of the field for today's big race. Pace car comes in. Nick Huff will give you the action here with our heat races. Let's go green.
Let's go qualifying for the Coastal 200. The first of 3 heats, and it's the 81 of Ray Dinsmore. With a car length down the back chute, they're side by side for second. TJ Watson and Chris Matchett. Shane Clark in the 21 up tight. He'll follow Matchett up the bottom, and he puts the 21 up to third. Watson is getting hung out to dry. Here comes Will Collins. And Matchett pulls it right up tight on the 81. He's challenging for the top spot from Ray Dinsmore. Now Chris Burgess makes up your top 5. Watson continues to get shuffled backwards. He gets passed by Brent Roy, Dave Getchell, and now side by side with Connor Wenners. And the battle is tightening up front. Ray Dinsmore, Chris Matchett, Shane Clark as Clark tries the outside. He's our opening day late model winner, and he's going for the top spot. Shane Clark in the 21. He is making it work up on the high side. Dinsmore pulls up on the backstretch and boxes him in just for a moment. But here he goes through 3 and 4. Halfway, flags are out. And this time out of 2, Shane Clark is definitely on the high side of Dinsmore. Will he give him much room? They still go into turn 3 side by side. Shane Clark with a nose out front, coming to the line. And Shane Clark is your new leader, already checking out over multiple car lengths, pulling away from the pack. Now Dinsmore looking to fall victim to Chris Matchett. He hits a pile of dirt and slides sideways. Something looks amiss on the 81. The rear end, to me, kind of looks like it's sticking out on the left side a little bit. I don't know if that 81's handling good. Something definitely amiss on Dinsmore. The car is catwalking. He is in third, falling victim to Matchett and Will Collins right up tight on the rear bumper. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 to go, and Dinsmore defensively trying to hold on to third, but there is something wrong with the rear suspension. The 81 is definitely catwalking. White flag is out. Will Collins and Chris Burgess stack him up behind Dinsmore. We got a 3-car battle for third place. Dinsmore trying to hold them off. Coming to the checkered, it's going to be Shane Clark for Heat 1. And we're ready to go with qualifier number 2 of 3 for the Coastal 200. A little slow start by Thorne. Boss Hogg gets the jump, and it's a good clean start. Hogg will lead him down the back chute with Chris Thorne in tow. And to the high side of Thorne, here comes Frankie Moulton in the 15. A dead heat for the top 5 between Nick Jenkins and Jet Decker, your most recent weekly late model winner in the 01. We're side by side for third, Chris Thorne and Frank Moulton. Dave St. Clair, Boss Hogg in the 14, trying to hold him off. The top 3 checking out from the rest of the field. Nobody able to keep up at the moment between Jenkins and Decker. But we've got some heavy hitters knocking on the door. Josh St. Clair and Ben Ashline. Two-time Coastal 200 winners stacking up deep in the field. And now Chris Thorne gives a little pressure. Going into turn 3, he looked to the bottom down the back stretch for just a brief moment, but crossed up high. And Thorne is going to try to pass the Elder nice and clean on the top side, but Hogg washed up just a little bit out of 2, making it awfully difficult. Frankie Moulton sticks a nose underneath for second now. Six laps down, 6 to go through qualifier number 2, and they are still just as they were right from the start for the top 5 between Jenkins and Decker. Boss Hogg able to capitalize between those guys racing side by side for second and third. Hogg, and we're 3 wide deep in the field. What a move by Ben Ashline. He's getting antsy. Ashline waited long enough, but he says it's time to go. I need a good starting spot for the 200. He splits them 3 wide up the middle and gains a couple positions. Now still side by side with St. Clair. And those 2 are stacking up behind the 32 of Nick Jenkins. He's got some heavy hitters right on his rear bumper, right in the rear view mirror, filling it up. And we got 2 laps to go. Ashline making the high side work. He'll pull it up alongside Jenkins, and he's going for 4th in the number 15, your 2-time Coastal 200 winner. White flag's gonna wave for Boss Hogg. Ben Ashline makes the pass, and we've got a spin in turn 4. The 20 car, Garrett Leader, is gonna bring out a yellow as the white flag had waved. We'll go to scoring on that one if the race is complete or what we're going to do. Boss Hogg was the leader at the white flag. Chris Thorne, Frank Moulton, and Ben Ashline had just solidified the pass for 4th. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the checkered. After the white flag waves, the next flag is the finish of the race, whether it's a yellow or a checkered flag. So that will finish up qualifier number 2 with your winner being the 14, Boss Hogg, the 3rd and final qualifier for the Coastal 200. And we're already beating and banging on the front row. Looks like the 10, Scott Hall, spun the tires just a little bit and came down on the 00, Alex Waltz. But Ryan St. Clair in the 51 is right there to capitalize. He'll put the 51 up to 2nd now. Waltz in the 00 continues to hang on, but he's got pressure from that Dave's World ride. Number 51, Ryan St. Clair. First time we've seen him at the track in 2022. Happy to have the whole St. Clair family here as Ryan sneaks up the inside out of turn 2. And it looks like he's going to make the pass for the lead. Ryan St. Clair, your new leader this time around. Scott Hall in the 10 will fill the hole, leaving Alex Waltz up in the high groove. And Emerson's gonna follow. The 24, Jonathan Emerson up the inside. Are we gonna see some 3-wide action? Ryan Ripley's in the 17 car, rounding out the top 5. Took a peek for just a brief second. A dead heat for the top 3. Emerson challenging Waltz, and Ryan Ripley in that 17 continues to get antsy as we're coming to the halfway, this time at the line. Emerson trying to clear. He knows Ripley is hungry. We don't want to go 3 wide if we don't have to. Ripley's going to follow up the inside behind Emerson. Waltz now in the 00 finds an opening and drops down to the bottom. He's going to make up the top 5, but here comes the 73, Dave Farrington Jr. He's looking to crack the top 5. Ryan St. Clair checking out, as well as Scott Hall in the 10. It is a battle for third. Ripley in the 17 all over the back bumper of Emerson. And Farrington is in the mix as Alex Waltz gets up in the marbles going into turn 1, but hangs on to it, falling to the tail of the field. We've got 2 laps to go for Ryan St. Clair. And again, Scott Hall all by himself in second, but with a lap and a half to go, we're looking at almost 3-wide action down the backstretch again. It is a battle for the top 3. Nick Reno wants a piece of the action in the 17. What a show for third we've got as Farrington cracks the top 3 on the high side of Emerson, coming to the checkered flag. Ryan St. Clair, Scott Hall, and Dave Farrington Jr.
So, folks, are you ready to meet our drivers for today's Coastal 200? Let's do it. Starting in the 27th position, he drives the Chasing Tail Fishing Charters and fishing vessel Fortune and Glory in the number 04 out of Harpswell. Welcome, TJ Watson. In the 26th starting position, driving the KEA Incorporated Split Rock Auto number 00 from Walpole. Welcome, Alex Waltz. In the 25th starting position, he drives the Powers Auto Center and Leiter Transport number 20 from Jay. Welcome, Garrett Leiter. Our next driver starting in 24th. He is small, but he is mighty. Driving car number 38, the BRF Racing and Fabrication Machine out of Fairfield. Welcome, Daniel Harding. Yeah. In the 23rd starting position is a two-time Pro Stock champ, two-time late model champ. Driving the Ideal Portable Toilets and Norm's Used Cars, number 15. From Wiscasset, welcome Nick Hinckley. Starting 22nd, driving the White Designs and Barker Built Homes, number 88. From Cornville, welcome David Getchell. Starting 21st, driving the JMD Drywall and Tim Reynolds Racing, number 11, or number 28 that is, from Skowhegan, welcome James Doucette. Starting in the 20th position is last year's four-cylinder Pro champion here at Wiscasset. He drives the Randy Keach Auto and RB Performance, number 01, from Chesterville, welcome Jet Decker. In the 19th starting position, driving the Cahill Tire, number 4, from Edgecombe, welcome Connor Wenners. Starting in the 18th position, he's already been a winner today. He drives the Williams Greenery and Peasley's Equipment Rental, number 17R, from Thomaston, welcome Ryan Ripley. Next in the 17th starting position is a former Boss Hog 100 champion. Drives the Newport Auto Sales and Statewide Foam and Coatings, number 32, from Brownville. Welcome Nick Jenkins. In the 16th starting position, he drives the Foxtail Classic Cars and 201 Tire Battery and Service, number 26, from Vassalboro. Welcome Brent Roy. In the 15th starting position, driving the Reno's Excavation and Bob Berry Concrete, number 77, from West Bath, welcome Nick Reno. To the 14th starting position is a two-time Coastal 200 champion, driving the GT Overhead Doors and Special Olympics of Maine, number 15, from Fairfield. Welcome Ben Ashline. To the 13th starting position is a two-time late model champion and 2005 Driver of the Year in the Rockland Ford and Beckett's Auto Service, number 25, from Waldoboro. Welcome Will Collins. Starting 12th on the outside of row 6, in the Portland Glass and Emerson Pilot Cars, number 24, from Oxford, welcome Jonathan Emerson. In the 11th starting position is a two-time and defending Coastal 200 champion and last year's Driver of the Year here at Wiscasset Speedway. In the Dave's World Sand and Gravel and M&S Painting, number 14, from Liberty, welcome Josh St. Clair. To row number 5 on the outside, starting 10th, driving the Riverside Greenery and Burgess Racing, number 47, from Hartford, welcome Chris Burgess. Inside of row 5, starting in the 9th position, is the 2015 winner of the Coastal 200 in the Cottles Auto Repair and DMD Racing, number 73, from Jay, welcome Dave Farrington Jr. Starting in 8th, you can't call this guy a dark horse anymore. He was 3rd in last year's Coastal 200. He drives the Survey Incorporated and Moulton Motorsports number 15. From Clinton, welcome Frank Moulton. To the 7th starting position, driving the A&A Shellfish and 4M Fabrication number 81. From Limerick, welcome Ray Dinsmore. Last year's late model Rookie of the Year starts in the 6th position, driving the Hilltop Collision Center and Twin Rivers Building Supply number 10. From Jay, welcome Scotty Hall. Starting in the 5th position is a 5-time late model champion and 2-time driver of the year, plus he won the 2016 Coastal 200. Driving the Goggins IGA and Coca-Cola number 17. From Sydney, welcome Chris Thorne. And to the top 4 outside of row 2, starting in the 4th position, is a former Speedway 95 late model champion, driving the HP Fairfield and Folsom & Sons Auto number 17. From Skowhegan, welcome Chris Matchett. Winner of heat number 3 starts in the 3rd position, driving the Dave's World number 51. From Liberty, welcome Ryan St. Clair. And to the front row, winner of heat number 2 is a Maine Motorsports and Wiscasset Speedway Hall of Famer. He drives the Dave's World Sand and Gravel number 14. From Liberty, welcome Boss Hog Dave St. Clair. And at the pole position, driving the Harvey RV and Marine and Wellman Paving number 21. From Winterport, welcome Shane Clark.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
They're finalizing the arrangement here, so let us know what's going on.
Well, it's all Dave's idea.
No, it's your idea.
Okay, then they started off, they said, does anybody want to start from the rear?
That was Richard. Richard said that. If anybody wins a heat, goes to the rear, he gives them $1,000 on top.
To finish. Gotta finish.
Well, if
Gotta finish, right?
But we negotiated,
Okay.
because I'm going to go to the rear, but we negotiated as long as I finish, I get that $1,000.
That's right. Yes, yes.
I ain't got to win, I just got to finish.
Here he is, he's in
So
second.
I'm after the money.
But he is in second place right now. He's going to forfeit that, go to the rear, and finish the race, pick up an extra grand.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? And for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the main event.
Thank you, Morgan. Drivers, prepare your cars for competition.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Are ready. Are you fans ready? I mean, are you really ready? Let's send things down trackside to Nick Huff with some special guest, Raymond and McLean and his dad Richard, to give the command.
3, 2, 1. Travis, show you action!
Off with best wishes for a safe and successful race. Coastal 200 is just about ready to go. Lights off on the pace car. All right, let's put our attention to Raymond McLean up on the flag stand with the help of Nate Sennett. It's time to start the Coastal 200. We are off and running. Shane Clark will bring him down into turn number 3 and 4 with Ryan St. Clair settling into second. Matchett and Thorne, a pair of 17s side by side for second. Ray Dinsmore is in the 5th position. And everybody getting things sorted out back through the field. Chris Thorne up into the 3rd spot. Ray Dinsmore gets by the number 10 of Scotty Hall. Dinsmore holding 5th. Hall in 6th. Frank Moulton 7th. Couple fast cars up on the high side. Josh St. Clair in the 14. Pulls up alongside Dave Farrington in the 73. Everybody clean. They'll complete the first 5, this time by the stripe. Front 4 have pulled out to a sizable lead. And Ray Dinsmore still fighting that number 81. He had handling problems in the heat race and was tail whipping that car. Frank Moulton's going to give him plenty of room, drives around him into 5th. Now Moulton in the clear in the 5th position. Next one to try it on the outside is Josh St. Clair. Getting out single file now, back further through the field, except the 47 of Chris Burgess. Burgess working his way toward the front. Working outside of Scotty Hall. Hall in the 10, Burgess in the 47. That's back there for the 8th and 9th position. The big mover right now is expected as Josh St. Clair in the 14. Started back in 11th, and he is in 6th position right now. Everybody trying to get settled into a good long green flag run as we go in the early stages of this race. Dave Farrington steps out of line in the 73, but loses a little momentum there on the outside of Scotty Hall. Trouble over into turn number 2. That'll bring out the first caution of the race as the 28 of Doucette comes around, and a little contact from Daniel Harding in the 38.
Getting ready for the restart. This time they're going to see the green. Shane Clark and Ryan St. Clair, 12 laps in the books. And Chris Thorne able to hang tight with them. Chris Thorne is your 2016 Coastal 200 winner, but they're still side by side for the top spot. Shane Clark and Ryan St. Clair. Frankie Moulton in the 15, unable to hang. Well, actually, Frankie Moulton passed Chris Matchett. Matchett started 4th. He's unable to hang with the top 3, so Frankie Moulton says, see you later. And Moulton in the 15 breaks free of the pack. He's going to give chase to the top 3. Sitting there nice and pretty in 4th. Side by side for the top 5. Josh St. Clair is coming in hot in the 2nd groove in the 14 car. Matchett fighting back strong to hang within the top 5. And then it's the 81, Ray Dinsmore, knocking on the door in 7th. Matchett able to fend off Josh St. Clair for the meantime. He'll hold on to the top 5. St. Clair gets to the bottom and falls in single file. Now the first car up in the 2nd groove is the 73, Dave Farrington. Fighting for the top 10 in the 73 car. He's still hanging it out there. Trying to clear 2-time winner Ben Ashline in the 15. They're both fighting for the top 10. Side by side for 10th. Ben Ashline coming back strong on the inside. In the 15, he's going to try to hold on to 10th place. Dave Farrington may be sitting out there a little too long in the 2nd groove. Will Collins is following Ashline up the bottom in the 25 car. And Josh St. Clair finally gets by Matchett, sneaks under the bottom, and the 14 car moves into the top 5. Chris Matchett in the 17 falls back to 6th, and now it's a 7th place battle between Dinsmore and Burgess in the 47. Scott Hall in the 10, trying to close in and make it a 3-car battle. As Shane Clark continues to lead in the 21. Smooth sailing so far, everybody trying to save their tires. And I'm sure they're not in a huge hurry to reach the tail of the field and hit that lap traffic, but it is coming soon for Shane Clark. Chris Thorne in the 17, your 2016 Coastal 200 winner, keeping him honest up front. Ryan St. Clair in the 51, our very first time seeing him race all season long, and he is doing an impressive job maintaining within the top 3. 3 wide action deep in the field, right in front of the leaders, and they're piling up in turn 3. I saw that one coming. They went 3 wide going into 3 right in front of the leaders coming to overlap them. And it's, again, with the 28, James Doucette is involved with that one. Nick Reno goes around, and Alex Waltz in the 00. I believe those were the 3 cars culprit that tried to go 3 wide.
Yeah, that one was brewing for a little while back toward the end of the pack. Doucette, actually Nick Jenkins was right around there as well, but he got through okay. But Waltz in the 00 and the 77 of Nick Reno. You see that left rear tire is gone.
Only 1 lap that pays, Ken.
That's correct. Green flag is back out. Once again, Shane Clark is on point. But Chris Thorne keeping him honest, and so is Ryan St. Clair. Ryan strong in his first visit back to Wiscasset this season. Chris Thorne holds that second spot, but can't keep it. Ryan St. Clair off the pace. A little slip up out of 2. Gives second back over to Chris Thorne. It's getting really crazy behind the 51. He checked up, and that really closed up a lot of traffic. In the meantime, Josh about to gang up on little brother. And Josh may have a tire going down or something because he had the hand out the window and he's letting him go. Tough break for him, right as I said. And we've got a spin down to the bottom of turn 3. We've got one that is spun to the bottom of turn 3. Can't see who it is. We got the 04 of TJ Watson down there as well.
Lap 28 for the Coastal 200. Slamming going into the first corner. It's getting rowdy up front. Shane Clark washed up high and got into the door of Chris Thorne. Close quarters still through 3 and 4. And despite the fact that they are slamming a little bit and racing side by side, they are pulling away from the 3rd and 4th place battle. Josh St. Clair and Frankie Moulton. Everybody trying to trickle in single file. Chris Thorne gets in behind Shane Clark. Frank Moulton gets in behind in 4th behind Josh St. Clair. And the top 6 break away. Ben Ashline leads the rest of the field. With Ryan Ripley, your modified winner just moments ago, pulling up alongside Ben Ashline. A dead heat for 7th place. Ashline, Ripley, Matchett, and Hinckley right behind them stacking up. Jet Decker just outside the top 10. Here comes Boss Hogg sneaking underneath Decker. Ripley takes the position away from Ashline, and here comes Hinckley trying to take that spot away from Ripley. Ashline does not look like he can keep up with the front half. Trying to fend off Matchett and Boss Hogg. Boss Hogg just within striking distance of the top 10. Hinckley gets by Ripley for 7th, and he'll chase down the top 6 cars. They are rubbing for the top 5. Ray Dinsmore in the 81, trying to hold on to the top 5. Chris Burgess in the 47, all over that back bumper. Here comes Hinckley. He's closed in on Dinsmore and Burgess in a hurry. And Ashline continues to fade backwards. Your 2-time winner of this race is not looking strong as of yet. He is falling backwards, currently in 13th. Sideways going into 1. Brent Roy almost loses it in the 26, but a nice save. He's in the 12th position. Here comes Nick Hinckley, looking to crack the top 5 on the outside of Burgess and Dinsmore. Hinckley in the 15 gets around Burgess and now working on Dinsmore in the 81. He's gonna do it this time at the line. Nick Hinckley into the top 5. Going back to the front 4 as they've put some distance on the rest of the field. It's Shane Clark, Chris Thorne, Frank Moulton, Josh St. Clair, and now Nick Hinckley in the top 5. He's gonna try to reel them in. Burgess gets by Dinsmore for 6th. And now Dinsmore trying to fend off the charge from Ryan Ripley in the 17. Here comes Boss Hogg all over the back bumper of Ripley as well. Dave St. Clair, Boss Hogg is in 9th. He has cracked the top 10 in the 14 car. And again, all over the back bumper of Ryan Ripley, trying to get him to move up off the inside curb. Dave St. Clair wants the inside of the 17, Ryan Ripley. Here comes Jet Decker, the 01 car. Puts it to the high side. He's gonna go around him. Jet Decker goes around Dave St. Clair, and now he's gonna work on Ripley. We've got lap traffic up ahead. Hopefully it doesn't pose an obstacle for Decker on the outside. The 28 car goes multiple laps down. He's all good and heads pit side. Jet Decker continues to work the second groove in the 01. Lap traffic coming up ahead for Shane Clark. Heavy lappers right in front of him with the 20 of Garrett Leader. And then in front of Leader, they're side by side for 22nd and 23rd, Jonathan Emerson and Connor Winners. Shane Clark now turning this place into a conveyor belt. Reaching the rear of the field, and Clark is going to start putting cars a lap down in the 21. Jet Decker blew by those guys like nothing. The 01 car as a caution flies, but Jet Decker moves up to 7th
car ready
now.
to take the turn in. Clark and Thorne get the green. Shane Clark strong once again in that number 21. Shakes off the challenge. Thorne settles it down into second. The race is side by side for third. St. Clair and Moulton. Josh on the high side gets out around Frank Moulton and moves into third. Moulton back to fourth. Nick Hinckley fifth. Side by side for sixth. Jet Decker in the 01. He's got the 47 of Burgess on the high side. But Burgess is in danger of losing that spot to Dave St. Clair. The boss is still moving toward the front. Put the 14 car into 7th. A problem for Shane Clark. Clark had a bit of a slip up coming onto the front stretch and nearly gave the lead over to Chris Thorne. All out single file now. Things starting to get settled back down in the running order. Young Daniel Harding still looking to make things happen in the 38 car. He's on the outside. Harding in 12th. He's advanced a couple more positions. And he is on the outside of two-time Coastal 200 winner Ben Ashline. Uh, 12-year-old Daniel Harding going toe-to-toe with two-time champion Ben Ashline. Daniel Harding has got that 11th position. A little further back up toward the front, things heating up for 4th position back. Frank Moulton has got the 4th position, but he's in danger of losing that to Jet Decker. Decker comes up the inside lane, put the Jet up into the 4th position. Moulton fades back to 5th as he's just ahead of Nick Hinckley. Hinckley 6th, Boss Hog 7th. No one has mounted any kind of serious challenge yet to Shane Clark. But as you know, this race can take a turn in a heartbeat. And not to mention near the midpoint when tire strategy starts to play in. Chris Thorne starting to slip back into the clutches of Josh St. Clair. Couple of former Coastal 200 winners. St. Clair got a fender underneath. Thorne's going to let him go. Those two guys raced for the 200 win a couple years ago. And how about Jet Decker? Decker starting to close in on the top 3. Thorne steps up and lets Decker go. Jet Decker moves into the top 3. Our most recent late model winner, rookie Jet Decker, now into the 3rd position. Right behind them, Nick Hinckley moves into the top 5. Puts the 15 of Frank Moulton back another position. Dave St. Clair's charge to the front has stalled out currently at 7th position. Back behind him, Chris Burgess running 8th, Ryan Ripley 9th, and Chris Matchett 10th. Daniel Harding now starting to drop back a little bit. Harding starting to slip back, now has dropped back to 13th. And Shane Clark is about to hit some lap traffic once again. He's within a half a straightaway of the 20 car of Garrett Leiter. And some side-by-side racing for position up in front of him. Ray Dinsmore jumps up out of line. The 81 car will head down pit road. Will make his 70 laps complete this time by the stripe. Jet Decker continuing to charge. He's been able to get by Josh St. Clair. Quite a showing from the young rookie. He's now in 2nd. St. Clair is 3rd. Chris Thorne has settled into 4th. Going to take a look at lap times here. It's Jet Decker 0.3 of a second faster than the race leader last time. And he knows he's got a fast piece on the high side, working around the number 20 of Garrett Leiter. St. Clair's going to keep him honest, though, right there with him. Oh, Shane Clark trying to get by the lap car of Alex Waltz. And that'll bring out the next caution, fourth caution of the race.
73 laps in. 3 wide. Yellow's out. Not a good start, but the 20 lapped car of Garrett Leader was seriously bunching guys up, and Dave St. Clair, wasting no time, forced the 3 wide situation with Chris Thorne. So no laps complete that time. We're still on lap 73, and we're going green with a new front row. Josh St. Clair and Chris Thorne gonna try it this time. Flagman's happy about that one. Nice and even down the back chute. Josh St. Clair with a slight advantage. Shane Clark keeping it up tight to see if Josh can clear. And it's a breakaway for the top 5. Under a blanket, Hinckley rounds out the top 5. Dave St. Clair trying to maintain with that top 5 pack. And now, Josh St. Clair's leading more laps than he has in his 2 Coastal 200 wins. Chris Thorne gives him the challenge up tight on the back bumper. Side by side for third still between Shane Clark and Jet Decker. Hinckley continues to linger. Boss Hogg all by himself in 6th with no pressure from Frankie Moulton. For a moment there, they spread out just a little bit, but now Jet Decker's coming in hot on the outside. The tires are up to temp, and he's cooking in the second groove. Here comes Jet Decker. They've got the setup just right in that second groove. They have proven they can run good up there, and he's going for the lead now at lap 79. That circuit across the stripe still goes to Josh, but here we go. Decker with a slight advantage now. He's gonna lead some laps. Decker now leads his first Coastal 200 race lap. Last time around, Decker in command. He says he's never done anything more than a 40-lap feature, and now he leads the way in the Coastal 200. And he's gonna pull away from Josh St. Clair. The 14 can't maintain with the 01, and then we've got 3 cars under a blanket for third. Chris Thorne trying to hang on to the top 3, but here comes Hinckley with a good car up in the second groove. Hinckley to the high side of Thorne in the 15. And Hinckley has a nose out down the back chute. He's gonna crack the top 3 for the first time today. A wicked high turn one corner entry for Hinckley, but he still makes it work with a slingshot down the back chute. He's going to clear Chris Thorne and get to the bottom. Your early race leader, Shane Clark, the 21, still resides in the top 5, and Dave St. Clair holding down 6th. Look who's in 7th. It's Ben Ashline making a go late in the race in the 15 car. Ben Ashline's car is coming together now late in the race as we approach halfway. Ashline did not have much speed in the early running, but the long run setup looks to be coming in now. Lap 90, 10 laps shy of halfway. It's Jet Decker, Josh St. Clair, Nick Hinckley closing in on St. Clair. Last time around, Hinckley was a couple thousandths of a second faster than St. Clair. And a dead heat for 4th now. Shane Clark finally decides to go to the outside of Chris Thorne. And a little wishy-washy out of 4. Shane Clark having a tough go of it in the second groove. He'll fall back in single file. He sees the 15 car is coming. Trouble for Chris Thorne. Briefly checks up on the backstretch. More trouble out of 4. It is not looking good for the 17. Running sideways on Chris Thorne. He lets Shane Clark by. Ben Ashline gets by, and Dave St. Clair. Trouble for your 2016 Coastal 200 winner. Chris Thorne has a tire going down, and he's going to head to the pits. Well, I thought he was. He was way up in the 3rd groove, but he might try and wait it out, see if there's a caution coming. Way off the pace now. He wants to head to the pits. And a tough break for Chris Thorne, a top contender. Heads to the pits, and he's going to go laps down. So now, look who's cracked the top 5. It's Ben Ashline. Again, that late race setup coming in good now. And he's going to pass Shane Clark for 4th. Ben Ashline looking stout in the 15, late in the running. Or as we approach the halfway point, I'd say. Lapped cars are making it awfully difficult for Josh St. Clair in 2nd. Leader in the 20, the 10, Scotty Hall does not want to go a lap down. Scotty Hall in the 19th position, and they still are side by side right in front of the leaders, allowing Hinckley and Ashline to close in. Ashline to the outside of Hinckley. A quick pass now for Ashline. He's going to put it into 3rd. Halfway flags are out. Lap 100 for Jet Decker. And they're 3 wide going through the lap traffic, making it awfully tough, but Jet Decker's going to pick up the $500 halfway bonus to the 01. Jet Decker picks up that $500 halfway bonus put up by Surveying Incorporated. And he is way out front with his closest rival, Ben Ashline now, who has just recently broken into 2nd, taking it away from Josh St. Clair moments ago. Now the big question is, we got a spin in the middle of 1 and 2. Dave St. Clair, Scott Hall. Way to the infield they go. Yellow flags out.
Ready to take the turn in. Josh St. Clair at point with Brent Roy was outside now. Brent's going to get a shot at racing up toward the front, as will young Daniel Harding. St. Clair quickly shakes off the challenge of Brent Roy. Brent settles it into second. Getchell third. Fast track to the inside of Daniel Harding brings the 0-1 of Decker into fourth. Ashline into fifth. Dave Farrington coming into the picture. Farrington sixth. Problems continue for TJ Watson. May have a left side issue on that car as he heads down pit road. Things getting settled in now. Josh St. Clair with a pretty decent lead. Decker charges underneath of Brent Roy. Jet Decker quickly moves into second. Here comes Ashline to third. Former winner Dave Farrington is now in the top five. Farrington gets into Brent Roy, and they're stacking him up over in turn number 3. Farrington was getting a bit aggressive, and he tagged the tail end of the 26 and turned him around. Our first significant caution of the
AC
race.
Towing, Brent Roy, tough way to end the day for the 26 car. Was having a good run there after that caution, trying to maintain with the top
Past
contenders.
halfway, 107 complete. There's a tough break for Nick Hinckley as he rides in on the flatbed. And they got some work ahead of them because I believe that's the car they run as a pro stock on Group 1 night. So they got a week to get that car back together, as Nick's one of our top pro stock contenders in this, our top Group 1 division here at Wiscasset.
This is the first attempt Ben Ashline's going to have on a restart on the front row. We're going green right now on lap 107. Close quarters for the top spot. They are rubbing through 1 and 2. Decker doesn't want to give it up. More rubbing going into 3. Ashline's trying to clear. And he's going to do it. 1 lap after the restart, Ashline clears Jet Decker to start leading laps at lap 108. And quickly pulling away to a few car lengths right off the bat. Jet Decker now left to fend off Shane Clark. Shane Clark was the very early race leader. We got trouble in 1 and 2. Dave Getchell in the 88 almost goes around but hangs on to it, and we keep her going. And again, Shane Clark led most of the early running laps from the first 70 or 80. And then a restart where he jumped the green, set him back a row. And now he's trying to find his way back out front where he left off. Shane Clark, third, working on Jet Decker. Chris Burgess in the 47 right there lingering, having one of the best runs of his career. He hasn't even seen a late model top 3 this year. We've got more trouble out of turn 2. Caution is out. Dave Getchell in the 88, and I think that was Scott Hall in the 10 come together. A 2-car incident.
They haul him down the back chute with Ben Ashline in charge, with now Shane Clark coming up the inside lane. Clark will move into second. Jet Decker in the 01. Decker's definitely had better long run speed in that number 01, so he'd like to see about 10 laps get under the belt and then look for that 01 to come back to life. Speaking of coming back to life, Chris Matchett back in the top 5. Matchett in fourth. Chris Burgess is fifth. Looking for Moulton and St. Clair to make their way back up through the field. Josh, one of the last cars to take tires. Ben Ashline able to get away and in the lead. Shane Clark a car length behind. Josh St. Clair up a spot. St. Clair now into sixth. That'll shuffle Frank Moulton back into seventh. Will Collins heads down pit road. His day may be done as he's back in the middle of the pack, left the track in 13th. Ben Ashline gaining up ground now on the 88 of David Getchell. The veteran in the 88 steps aside and lets the leaders through. Does Shane Clark have anything for Ben Ashline? Clark led a lot of early laps. Ashline has taken charge of this race just past halfway. And again, we're looking for Jet Decker. See if that 01 will come back to life. Decker all alone in third. Now these drivers staring straight into the sun over there as they are in the middle of turn 2. Working the lap car of Dave St. Clair. This will put Dave a lap down. They'll work their way around the 14 of Dave St. Clair. Ashline now with some clear racetrack up ahead. Pulls out another car length or two on Shane Clark. Jet Decker holding down fourth. Chris Matchett fifth. Closest battle for sixth right now between the... check that, Matchett in fourth. Burgess is in fifth. With Josh St. Clair right on his back bumper. St. Clair on the outside looking in. He's in sixth. Frank Moulton shuffled back to seventh. Then comes Ryan Ripley in eighth. Dave Farrington ninth. Daniel Harding is running in 10th. Smoke coming out of that 14 of Boss Hogg. Dave St. Clair going to try to have that thing hold together to the end so he can make his bonus money. I think that overheating may be coming back to bite him as you see the smoke out from under the car. Checking to make sure he's not leaking anything. Ben Ashline works around the 10 car of Scott Hall. They're posting the black flag on Dave St. Clair. Yeah, that car overheating pretty badly now. Dave finally gets it, pulls up to the top of the speedway. He held it together as long as he could, but that car overheating badly, and Dave St. Clair will head down pit road. Almost.
Lap 136, Ben Ashline and Shane Clark. And another fantastic restart. They were neck and neck going into turn one, but Ashline shows his might. Shane Clark finds the opening. Jet Decker was not there quick enough. Josh St. Clair in the 14 trying to maintain with the top three. And rounding out fifth, Chris Burgess in the 47. Still side by side between Ryan Ripley and Dave. Make that Frank Moulton. Frank Moulton, that is, in the 15. He moves up to 7th now. And he's going to work on Chris Matchett for 6th. Matchett leaves the inside open. Frank Moulton fills the hole. Moulton looking for 6th in the 15. And he'll do it. Matchett falls back to 7th, and Ryan Ripley right there in the 17 for 8th. The front 5 settling in. Ashline, Shane Clark, Jet Decker, Josh St. Clair, Chris Burgess. And Frankie Moulton looks like he's got some speed, trying to reel in that top 5. He'll set his sights on Burgess in the 47. Shane Clark able to maintain with Ashline, keeping him honest, within a few car lengths. Coming up ahead is Dave Getchell, the 88. He is 4 laps down, looking to go 5 laps down now at lap 146. A 2-car breakaway with Ben Ashline and Shane Clark. Shane Clark, your opening day late model winner a few weeks ago for Wiscasset opening day. He has yet to win a Coastal 200, but I think he's been in the top 3 a time or two. Now on lap 149. Next time around, they're going to have 50 laps to go in the Coastal 200. Ben Ashline looking to make it 3 Coastal 200s on his resume. The only other racer to be able to do that in Coastal 200 history is Scott Chubbuck. Scott Chubbuck won the Coastal 200 in 1996, 2001, and 2002. Ben Ashline, your 2018 and 19 two-time winner. 40 lap traffic ahead for your leader. They're racing side by side right in front of Ashline. Scott Hall, Garrett leader. Lapped cars side by side right in front of Ashline. And the motor expires on the 15. Something just happened. The 15 went up in a huge puff of smoke, but then that smoke just went away. And not 100% sure what the yellow was for. But coincidentally, right at that moment, the yellow flag came out. Ben Ashline, a huge puff of smoke came out of that 15 car. Ready to go back green with the same front row.
Ashline and Clark will try it once again. Pace car in. Green flag is out. There is still a little bit of smoke out of that number 15, but so far so good. Jet Decker coming up the inside rail. The 01 coming back to life. Decker able to get by Shane Clark. Clark pulls in front of Chris Burgess. Chris Burgess settles it into fourth. There's Josh St. Clair. St. Clair moves into fifth. Matchett and Moulton behind him side by side. As they said, possibly a power steering problem on the 15 of Ben Ashline as he's wrestling that car around the racetrack. And they are keeping an eye to make sure he's not putting any fluid down on the track. Now you may remember last year's Coastal 200, he had a fast car but ran out of gas. Ashline turning the fastest laps on the track right now, trying to pull out to a big advantage. And more smoke as he gets to turn one. .40 laps to go. They'll make it 39 this time by the stripe. A lot of open racetrack ahead of that number 15 of Ben Ashline. Trying to make history by tying Scott Chubbuck with 3 Coastal victories. One of Scott's victories was a 150, so Ashline looking to become the first one to win 3 200s. Now Jet Decker a couple tenths faster than Ashline that time. Ben getting out to a big lead, now trying to nurse it the rest of the way. Frank Moulton fading back in the field, trying to hang on to a top 10 position. He's fallen back to 9th. And in danger of losing that spot to Daniel Harding. The interval just a tick under 1.5 seconds for Ben Ashline. He and Jet Decker nearly identical lap times that last time around. Jonathan Emerson in the 24 cars, your first car, actually 2 laps down. So your lead lap cars have a good 2-lap cushion. Jet Decker's not been able to eat into that advantage. It remains about a second and a half. And Ben Ashline will pick his way through some lap traffic. Gets by the 10 of Scotty Hall and now the 88 of David Getchell. Again, a good chunk of clear racetrack up ahead of Ben Ashline. A little bit further back, half straightaway, Jet Decker's got some company as Shane Clark is starting to turn up the pressure in the number 21. Shane Clark's best finish in this race has been a 3rd place. Looking to at least do one better. Young Jet has not run anything more than a 40-lapper. He's basically running 5 races in one evening tonight. There goes Shane Clark on the outside of Jet Decker. Looks like they might have made a little contact going into turn 1. Clark again charges to the outside, that is. Laps are winding down inside the final quarter of the race. Josh St. Clair really hasn't made much of a move in this second half of the race. Able to race his way back up into 5th, but no further than that. He's not really mounting any kind of challenge on Chris Burgess. Pretty heated race going on a little further back with Chris Matchett and Dave Farrington Jr. Farrington finally able to get by him in the number 73. That puts Matchett back a spot. Matchett now back to 7th. Farrington 6th. Inside the final 20. The interval is up over 2 seconds now for Ben Ashline. In the meantime, Jet Decker and Shane Clark get together. Alex Waltz goes up in smoke. Oh, things starting to get interesting again. Clark and Decker get together. 00 of Alex Waltz goes up in smoke here on the front stretch.
Can't say I didn't see that coming. Shane Clark made an honest effort for a few laps to try the outside of Decker, and well, they made quite. Here we go, 19 to go. We're going green with Ashline and Clark. Burgess in the 47 right there. He takes second away from Shane Clark. Having the run of his career, Chris Burgess in the top 3 for the Coastal 200. Clark back to 3rd, and Dave Farrington up to 4th in the 73. Dead even for the top 5. Ryan Ripley, Josh St. Clair. And look who's already caught him, trying to crack the top 5. Jet Decker wasting no time in the 0-1. He's looking for 6th now, away from Josh St. Clair. St. Clair getting hung out to dry after that restart. He loses 3 or 4 spots after that one. He was up in the 4th position for the restart. Josh St. Clair now back to 8th with 15 laps to go. It's all Ben Ashline. Chris Burgess, Shane Clark all over the rearview mirror of the 47. Dave Farrington in the 73, unable to maintain with the top 3. Ryan Ripley trying to hang on to the top 5, but here comes Jet Decker taking a peek to the outside. He sees a lap cars coming, the 88 of David Getchell. He's going to keep Jet Decker single file for a moment until they clear, and they do so. So here comes Jet Decker going into 3. Will he take another peek to the outside of Ryan Ripley? The setup on the 0-1, not looking so strong on the outside now. He tried to go around Ryan Ripley and lost a lot of ground that time. 10 laps to go, now 9. Lap 191, 9 laps to go for Ben Ashline. Jet Decker was looking to get in the top 5, but now struggling to hang on to 6. Chris Matchett took advantage of him going up into the 2nd groove, and Matchett had a nose underneath for just a moment, but Decker holds on to the spot with 7 laps to go now at the line. It's a 3-car runaway for the podium. Dave Farrington in 4th, unable to hang with the top 3. And it has been all Ben Ashline for the second half. 5 laps to go this time for Mr. Ashline. Burgess out of turn 4 right there, just clipped the curb and lost a little ground on Shane Clark. He had a few car length cushion, but Clark is able to reel it back into less than a half a car length. That is the battle for 2nd and 3rd. All eyes on who's going to be in 2nd, because it looks like it's all Ben Ashline for this win. Whatever is smoking on that car, let's hope it holds together. And coming around this time, it's going to be 2 laps to go as they approach a little lap traffic. Scott Hall in the 10, right in front of your leader, going another lap down. Ashline has to work the high side this time, coming to the white flag for the 2022 Coastal 200. What a show. Ben Ashline is going to join Scott Chubbuck as a 3-time Coastal 200 winner.
So your unofficial top 10 has Ben Ashline with the win. Chris Burgess 2nd in the 47. Shane Clark 3rd in the 21. Dave Farrington Jr. in the 73 car, finishing in 4th. Ryan Ripley in the 17R finishes in 5th. Jet Decker 6th in the number 01. Chris Matchett 7th in the 17ME. Frank Moulton 8th in the 15M. Josh St. Clair 9th in the number 14J. And 10th place and the last car in the lead lap, number 38, Daniel Harding. And here he comes into one of the most unique victory lanes you'll find here at a track in the Northeast or all over the country for that matter. He can be right here to celebrate with you race fans. Ben Ashline brings it to Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane. A history-making run today. Scott Chubbuck with a pair of 200s and a 150 victory, a 3-time winner of the Coastal. Ben Ashline does him just a tick better by picking up his 3rd 200-lap victory here at Wiscasset Speedway. Let's send things trackside. Nick Huff's got your top 3 as our winner is about to hop out.
A lot of emotions down here, not just for Ben, but certainly for Chris Burgess and Shane Clark. So many family and crews down here, and it is certainly exciting, but we'll wait for Ben to unstrap and climb on out and give him a big celebration. Let him hear it, folks. A 3-time Coastal 200 winner. The question on a lot of people's minds, she looked like she blew up there. What the heck happened?
Honestly, I don't know. That I can tell you there's a lot of vibration going on. I think the transmission started coming unglued in it, and I didn't know if it was brakes, if it was the transmission or what, but they had mentioned some smoke, and I could smell some stuff inside, and it's like, oh, we got to just try to make it to the end. And obviously, last year's race, leading with 20 to go, we ended up having some malfunctions there, and the motor started skipping. So believe it or not, we didn't solve that problem until this morning after the first round of practice, and thank God we did. I really got to say thank you to all my crew. Just obviously haven't been in the seat since last year. That way had a rough go of it down here the first 2 weeks ago. And just wanted to do something special for these guys. So we've got loved ones from all the team members on the hood, and I would have to say that was definitely a help tonight getting us to the end. So obviously these guys, Chris ran a great race. Shane, they're great people to race with, and this facility definitely has it going on. So man, what a good time.
Ben, if you got a lot of people that you want to thank and maybe some memorial things you want to mention, I'll let you take the mic if you want to do that.
Biggest thing, I got to thank GT Overhead Doors, Kevin and Kelly Poulin, the Pickard family. Ed Libby with the Work Store made this thing look really good. We got Interstate Batteries on. Kevin's brother had a passion for racing, and it was awesome to be able to represent that. So we got RL Sales Service, Kelly Smith Printing, Casey Ashline, Trucking, All Time Towing, Samantha Welch, Photography, Unity Pond, Ice Oval, the Gilbert family. We got Pickard's Plow, and we got Beginner's Race Engines, Ben Ashline Race Cars. We might not have welded this one together, thank you, Distance, but we certainly set it up, and boy, doesn't she go. She likes it down here. So I got to thank, like I said, my entire crew. I know I'm forgetting people, but I really got to thank Lexi. Thank you. Ava, my niece, is here. She got to do the driver intro, so that was awesome. Oh, God, I love this little girl. But I'll give the mic back. I'm long-winded. So thank you guys all for coming. And, without any of you guys here, this wouldn't mean a dang thing. So thank you.
And I'm gonna let our VIP race official present you the trophy with that awesome lighthouse on it. Go ahead, bud. Congratulations, Ben Ashline. All right, moving on to second. During the race, I was telling him it was one of the best runs of his career. I was saying that during Green Flag Racing, but I didn't know exactly where you were at, like if you've even got a top 3. But ladies and gentlemen, Chris Burgess has been racing late models. This is his second year, right? and you haven't placed in the top 3 in a single late model race and comes home second in this prestigious show. Great job, Chris.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never even got a top 5. This is probably our 10th race. We basically just wanted to come up here and make sure the car was going to be all right for the regular Saturday nights and ride around and hopefully finish, within a lap or 2 of the leaders. So to see him out front of me at the end is unreal.
I'm emotional for you. Who do you got to thank for sponsors, man?
I got Riverside Greenery. That's the only sponsor. My family helps a ton with money when they can. My dad, he helps a lot. My son's actually my spotter. My whole crew's over here. These guys all helped today. Most of them been with us for a few years. The competitors, I mean, at least around me, we were pretty clean most of the race. So, and all the fans for showing up, Richard and Vanessa for putting it on.
A true underdog story. I said never even placed in the top 3. He said he's never even been in the top 5. Congratulations. Shane, opening day winner and a 3rd place is nothing to sneeze at. Gave Chris a run for his money all over the back end. I don't know if those black marks are your marks, but it was good racing.
None of that's me, but that was good racing. I just got to figure out a long-run race car. Ben's got that figured out. Lead the first, 70-something. And end up giving it up. But, great effort by my guys. This car really just stays in the trailer most of the winter, and we don't really put much into it. But huge thanks to Harvey RV. They came on board a couple of years ago. Distance Racing Products, They're Racing Engines. Kitty Cat Coin, my buddy E-Dub got Kitty Cat Coin for us. Littlefield Farm, Eric the Shield Transportation, Hair by Aaron. And Total Care Solutions, True Geology. I can't thank everybody enough. Great weekend, a lot of fun, and huge thanks to the fans. Couldn't be without them.
Nice run, Shane Clark. Led about the first 60 or 70 laps. An impressive feat for sure, but that's going to do it in victory lane. It's certainly emotional. I'm emotional for this underdog right here. Totally awesome. Photo ops going on for Ben with a ton of crew and family. Ken, you got any closing words?
I just got to say I'm impressed. This whole group tonight running great races. You get the favorite, Ben Ashline, making history as the first one to win 3 200-lappers, matching Scott with 3 coastal victories. So that's legendary company he's in now. And like you said, the underdog story of the race right there in second place, Chris Burgess. I can only imagine his son Ben on the spotter end of that thing, because we can't get 2 words out of Ben in victory lane. So he must have been talking up a storm there during the race, and Shane Clark, competitive as always. Folks, we want to thank you for joining us here today, packing the house here at Maine's Fastest Track. We always like to issue a challenge to you guys. Next time you come here, bring a new fan with you. Introduce somebody new to stock car racing. Let's build up these crowds, not just here at Wiscasset, but all the racetracks around, and keep this sport alive, because we need your help. Support our great sponsors as well. We'll have all the official results on the website, WiscassetSpeedway.com. So one final time on behalf of my co-host there, Nick Huff, and Richard and Vanessa Jordan, and the entire staff here at Wiscasset Speedway, have a great rest of your Memorial Day weekend.